Have you ever wondered about the risks of using unregistered crypto money transmitting services? Let's start by unraveling the world of cryptocurrency. Picture a virtual or digital currency, a kind of money that exists solely in the digital realm. It's like the money in your online banking account, but with a key difference. It uses cryptography to secure transactions, control the creation of additional units, and verify the transfer of assets. Now, let's move on to crypto money transmitting services. These are platforms that enable the transfer of this digital currency from one person to another. Think of it as an electronic money transfer service, but instead of transferring traditional currency like dollars or euros, you're transferring cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. These services have become an integral part of the crypto world, facilitating the movement of digital wealth across the globe. They're like the arteries of the crypto economy, pumping lifeblood from one part of the body to another. Now, imagine using a service like this, but it's unregistered. Sounds risky, doesn't it? Stay tuned as we delve into the world of unregistered crypto money transmitting services in our next scene. So what exactly does it mean when we say a crypto money transmitting service is unregistered? Well, let's break it down. When a service is registered, it means it's officially recognized by a regulatory body, like the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network in the United States, or FinCEN for short. These bodies set rules to ensure services operate fairly and transparently, protecting you, the user, from potential scams or fraudulent activities. Now imagine a service that isn't registered. It's like a car without a license plate driving on the highway of finance. It's not accountable to any regulatory body and operates outside the boundaries of the law. This means it doesn't have to adhere to the same rules and regulations that protect the users of registered services. So what's the risk? Well, using an unregistered service can expose you to potential financial loss. For instance, if the service disappears overnight, your funds could vanish with it. Moreover, you could unwittingly become involved in illegal activities such as money laundering, because these services can be exploited by criminals due to their lack of oversight. In other words, it's like walking a tightrope without a safety net. But what could possibly go wrong with using these unregistered services? Well, let's dive into some real-world stories that illustrate the potential risks. Take the case of John Doe, a crypto enthusiast who decided to use an unregistered crypto money transmitting service to invest his hard-earned savings. He was promised high returns, but instead, he woke up one day to find his account empty. The service had vanished overnight, and with it, his life savings. Or consider Jane Smith, an entrepreneur who used an unregistered service for her business transactions. What she didn't know was that these services are often on the radar of law enforcement agencies for facilitating illegal activities. One day, her account was frozen, and she found herself in a legal quagmire, facing charges for money laundering, a crime she had no part in. And then, there's the story of a group of friends who pooled their money to invest through an unregistered service. They were lured by the promise of quick profits. Instead, they found themselves victims of a Ponzi scheme, with their investment being used to pay off earlier investors. These are not just hypotheticals, they are real risks that real people have faced. So, how can you navigate the crypto world safely? Well, it starts with a healthy dose of skepticism and a keen eye for detail. When considering a crypto service, always look for registration information. Legitimate services will typically provide this freely, often in the form of a registration number or certificate. If you can't find this information, it's a red flag. Additionally, consider checking with relevant regulatory bodies. Many countries have organizations that oversee financial services, including those dealing with cryptocurrency. These bodies can often confirm whether a service is registered and therefore regulated. But remember, popularity or widespread use doesn't automatically equate to legitimacy. Even the most popular platforms can be subject to scams or misuse. Therefore, it's crucial to do your own research. Read reviews, participate in community discussions, and exercise critical thinking. Above all, remember this golden rule. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Promises of unrealistic returns are a common tactic used by unregistered services to lure unsuspecting individuals. So stay vigilant, stay informed, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Remember, in the world of cryptocurrency, knowledge is your best defense.